What's going on, YouTube? It's YDD, and I'm coming at you with this the updated deck profile of the Cyber Dragon deck, and also the duel video. We're going to start it out with the deck profile. For starters, I'm playing 1 Gemini Garnet to go with the Brilliant Fusions, then 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 3 Cyber Dragon Dray, 2 Effect Veiler, 1 electromagnetic turtle, and this is to, like, if it's in your deck when you summon him, you send it with his effect, and it almost guarantees you the duel, because it means your opponent won't be able to push through your board in the battle phase the next turn. And honestly, worst case scenario is you end up having to set this card, and then they attack it, and you can either use its effect if you need to stop them from killing you, or just leave it there until you need to stop them from killing you. And it also combos well with this card because you can pitch it with him, and it also combos well with Twin Twister because you can pitch it with Twin Twister. And next, Galaxy Soldier. He's in here because he's a level 5 machine who can special summon himself and search himself. So, and the only effect that's limited is the searching effect, so you can special summon the second one the same turn if you absolutely need to. And then next I play Jurigetto. Jurigetto is better than Honest because 1,000 is usually enough to get you there. Yes, you can't necessarily do some things with Honest that you could, like you can kill people with Honest sometimes, but really it's never really too relevant for Honest. And plus, this is another body. You can stop them from OTKing you with it. Also, you can use it on your non-light monsters like Rampage Dragon to give him a boost, and also lastly two Maxi. Then we're playing triple Brilliant Fusion. It's only a 4% chance that you'll open Garnet and Brilliant Fusion when you play it like this, so you just really want to get the Seraph Knight because the extra normal summon really helps out a lot, because it means you can go Cyber Dragon Core and Dray in the same turn and make the Core level 5, which is like just really like a lot of value, because it's really hard to take advantage of making Core level 5 if you don't have an extra normal summon. So this is definitely really good for the deck. Yeah. So then it also makes this card live, Cyber Repair Plan. It's just another Foolish Burial. It does so much for the deck. It probably helps this deck just as much as it helped Pepe and Necros and all of them. Then after Repair Plant, we're playing the Foolish Burial. And then I'm still playing Limiter. I just like Limiter because you can use it. It's a offensive and defensive card. It can help you go for game, or it can help you live a turn, which is obviously worst case scenario, but you can also side it out too, another reason I like it. And then we're playing 2 Overload Fusion. I was wrong, and I found out I was wrong very quickly when I played 3 Overload Fusion and no Power Bond, because, I mean, yes, this isn't really a neg, it's a Miracle Fusion for Rampage, but it also doesn't boost Rampage's attack, and doubling a monster's attack is very relevant for Power Bond. So Overload Fusion is still very strong though, because you can go into this card. And in my last video, I want to say there was a match where I made this when I didn't have to, and I didn't realize it had the effect where it sends all cards to the graveyard, so that is really relevant. It's just like, it's something you go for late game with Overload Fusion when you have a lot of machines in your graveyard and he gets really big. That's what he's in there for, really. So in my montage, I shouldn't have made him, and I didn't need to make him. I did it for style points because I didn't realize his effect, but neither did my opponent, so I want to just bring attention to that in case anybody noticed that in my last video. Then after Overload Fusion, I'm playing 3 Power Bond, then 2 Twin Twister, 3 Upstart Goblin, because honestly, I'm not usually a big fan of Upstart in decks that try to OTK, but in this deck, them being at 11,000 is really irrelevant, because this card on its own is like, when it's Power Bond into, it's like 12,900 damage or something, like really ridiculous, like more than 11,000. So, and then the 1 Solemn Strike and the 1 Solemn Warning, I just felt like this is like, I don't want to play too many traps. 2 is good. Then side deck, we're playing 2 Danko Sekka, 3 Flying Sea, 2 Magical Spring, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Mask of Restrict, just testing this right now, and then Triple Decree. And then for the extra deck, Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, we're playing 2 of it because it's like your win condition against Cosmo. Then Chimera Tech Over Dragon for late game Overload Fusion plays. Then your basic OTK card, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, it just gets in there so much. Like, this card is like made Cyber Dragon so much better. And then the Cyber End Dragon, in case the Nova going to the grave ever happens, this is what you want to bring out with it. And then the Seraphonite for the Brilliant Fusion. Then the 1 Pallades, 2 Infinity, 3 Nova, because Nova is actually very useful, and also Cyber Dragon Infinity is once per turn, so I mean, you can't even make 2 Infinities in the same turn, but making Infinity Nova is like a really strong board, because they need to out that Infinity first, and then they have to out a Nova without sending it to the graveyard. So that's like, it's really hard for your opponent to do that. And then the Gaia Dragon and Shark Fortress, and this is for when like you're just trying to push with like your Seraphonite, just like you can summon Nova, special summon Cyber Dragon from the graveyard with it, overlay it, and the Seraphonite for Shark Fortress, and then usually you'll also be able to, when you have Brilliant Fusion, usually using Nova's effect to boost it to 4200 till the end of the turn. This effect right here is actually pretty easy to pull off. So you boost it to 4200, and then Shark Fortress, make it attack twice, and then put Gaia Dragon. If they have a monster, you just attack it, and then you attack for game with your Nova. I mean, you can do that, and then if you end up not killing them, you just overlay for Infinity, main phase 2, and that's really good. Yeah, so now we're going to get into the duel. It's a match between Monarchs. That was the first match I got, so we'll get into it right now, guys. Alright guys, so here we go. We've got the match against Monarchs. He's going to start off doing the basic Monarch stuff that you should be doing with the deck. You know, setting up for cards that I'm going to be playing around. Set Warning, draw Brilliant, so that was really good. So I'm going to get the Seraphonite, summon the core, search the Dre, summon the Dre, and I'm trying to just get out the summon of the guy. And he's going to tribute off my dude, just like I wanted him to. And I'm going to warning it, attack, pass. Then he's going to summon this thing. I'm going to max C, draw the Cyber Repair Plant, so that was good. Now I got to play around this correctly, so I'm going to get the Dre here and try to force out the tribute summon. And he will end up doing that. And then I'm going to make a really good play to get around his field and get access to my extra deck. And right here, I'm just making sure he's not chaining his trap card to the Stormforth, because if he does, he can't tribute my guy. So I'm just trying to make sure here, because I'm not sure if he understood that, but he does. He does end up getting it and doing it correctly. Like, I wasn't going to shark him. I was going to tell him to just do it on resolution, but I was just trying to see if he was aware, and he is. So as you see, he tributes off his guy, and then special summons. If he pops my Seraphonite here, I actually can't get over his field, but he ends up popping and drawing himself. So I switch it to attack, pitch Power Bond to boost. Then in battle phase, special summon Jerigato, tribute it off to make him 3,300, attack over his guy, and now I can access my extra deck. So I'll search the Galaxy Soldier. I'll make a Nova, special summon Cyber Dragon, then make Infinity take his guy. He'll end up effect veiling. I will negate the effect veiler, and then extra normal summon the Galaxy Soldier, go to make Pallades, and when I go into my extra deck, he ends up scooping. So yeah, this was just a really strong play there. So I was able to effectively play around everything. Then here, as you can see, I end up bricking, which can happen, but this does not happen often. Like, I should have honestly sided out an Overload Fusion and a Limiter, and I would have had 2 different cards. Not sure if it would have made too much of a difference, though, because my hand just wasn't too strong. But I'm going to play it out, see what happens. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to do too much. Just going to try to go over this with Cyber Dragon, but I figured it's better just to save myself another draw and limiter him in his battle phase. He ends up going Caius and hitting the back rows instead, because I guess he was scared of them, so I chained the limiter and get myself another turn. But since I can't access my extra deck right now, I won't be doing it. And in this next match, he ends up bricking, and then I'm going to OTK him on my first turn. As you can see, my hand's broken. But yeah, 10 likes on this video, and I'll do a dual montage with the updated deck profile. This has been YDD with his updated deck profile of Cyber Dragons, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Peace out, guys.